Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a system of astrology that might be a little different from what you're probably used to, the ancient world of Vedic astrology, also known as Jyotish. It offers a totally unique lens on our lives, and we're going to break down its core ideas together. So, what's the best way to get our heads around Jyotish? Let's start with its core philosophy. See, it's not really about predicting the future in a crystal ball kind of way. It's seen as this incredibly profound tool for self-understanding, like getting a glimpse into the very blueprint of your soul's journey.
You know, the name Jyotish itself tells you everything you need to know. It's made up of two Sanskrit words, Jyoti, which means light, and Ish, which you can think of as the divine or universal consciousness. So put them together and you get the science of light. The whole point is to illuminate your path so you can walk it with your eyes wide open.
Now, let's back up a bit and talk about where this all came from. Because Jyotish is not some new age trend, its roots go back thousands of years and are tangled up in this huge, rich tradition of ancient Indian wisdom.
Yeah, Jyotish is often called the divine eye of the Vedas, which are like the foundational spiritual books of ancient India. It was actually first developed as a super practical science to help line up human life, everything from big ceremonies to when to plant crops, with the huge cycles of the cosmos.
And here's something really important to get. Jyotish doesn't just stand alone in a vacuum. It's actually one part of a bigger, holistic system. It forms this amazing trinity with two sister sciences you've probably heard of: yoga for uniting the mind and body, and Ayurveda, the traditional science of health. Together, they're like this complete package for self-awareness.
Okay, so to really get how a Jyotish chart is even read, we have to wrap our heads around two massive ideas that the whole system is built on, and those are karma and dharma.
First up, karma. Now, let's be honest, this word gets thrown around a lot, and we tend to think of it as some kind of cosmic payback system. But really, in its original sense, it's way more neutral than that. It's just the impartial law of cause and effect. Think of it this way. Every single action, even every thought, is like planting a seed that will, eventually, grow into something.
And this is exactly where the birth chart comes in. In Jyotish, that snapshot of the sky the moment you were born is seen as a reflection of your karmic inheritance. It's believed to show both the gifts you're bringing with you and the challenges you're here to work on. It gives you a deep look into the why behind your life story. So, if karma is our starting point, all the stuff from our past, then dharma is our true destination. It's like our soul's true north, our unique reason for being here. It's all about living in a way that is authentically you know? Like an oak tree isn't trying to be a willow. It's just focused on becoming the best oak tree it can be.
So let's just put those two together, right? Karma is the past. It's the hand you've been dealt. Dharma, on the other hand, points to your future, your highest potential. The whole idea is that a Jyotish chart helps you understand your personal karmic landscape so you can make choices that actually line up with your true path, your dharma.
Okay, this brings us to a really fascinating, kind of technical point that makes Vedic astrology very different from the Western system most of us know. It's a difference that can be a little confusing at first, but it's absolutely key to understanding the two approaches.
So what's the deal? Well, they're basically using two different reference points in the sky. Western astrology, which we call tropical, is tied to the seasons. It kicks off the zodiac with the spring equinox. But Vedic astrology, or Sidereal, is based on the actual observable positions of the constellations, the fixed stars in the background.
So why the two different systems? It's all because of this really slow astronomical thing called the precession of the equinoxes. Just imagine the Earth is a spinning top. You know how right before it falls over, it has that little wobble? Well, the Earth does that too, just really, really slowly. And over thousands of years, that tiny wobble has caused our seasons to slowly drift away from the background of the fixed stars.
Today, that gap, which astrologers call the Ayanapsha, is about 24 degrees. Now, that might not sound like a lot, but in astrology, that's a huge deal. It's almost a whole zodiac sign. And this is why, if you look up your Vedic chart, you might be totally surprised. For instance, if you're a late degree Aries in Western astrology, I can almost guarantee you're a Pisces in your Vedic chart.
I absolutely love this quote because it just nails the difference. Tropical astrology is like the hands of a clock. It's perfectly tracking the immediate flow of the seasons. Sidereal astrology, though, is like the deep, intricate gears inside that clock, showing the fixed mechanics of the cosmos and our own personal karmic wiring.
Okay, so we've covered the ancient roots, the core principles of karma and dharma, and even that key technical difference. But let's bring it all home. What's the point of all this? How does this ancient science actually apply to us today?
And this is probably the biggest takeaway of all. Jyotish is not about fortune-telling. Its real power is as a tool for self-discovery, for soul mapping. The goal is to move from just waiting for things to happen to us to actually empowering ourselves with a deeper self-awareness.
There's this great saying that just captures the philosophy perfectly. The stars propose, they don't compel. Your birth chart might show your tendencies, your strengths, the challenges you're likely to face. It suggests a journey, but it never ever dictates your destiny. In the end, it's your free will, the choices you make every day that steer the ship.
So what Jyotish really offers is a map, a detailed map for your soul's journey. It shows you where you've come from, and it points you toward your highest potential. But with that map in your hands, the real work begins. And the question it leaves us with is this: are we ready to navigate our lives with more awareness and consciously choose to follow our own true north?